Alrighty then, let's talk about the absolute madness that kicked off when Elon Musk decided to flex his billionaire muscles and demand that US federal employees prove what they actually do. The reactions, a mix of outrage, mockery, and the usual internet bin fire. But here's the thing, both sides actually have a point, and no one's talking about the bigger issue. So let's break it down. So Musk, who, by the way, doesn't even work for the government, sent out this directive demanding federal employees list what they've done in a short, bullet-pointed email. Sounds simple enough, right? Well, apparently not. The backlash was immediate, with people saying it was overreach, an insult, or straight-up authoritarian nonsense. Others on the flip side were cheering him on, saying it's about time these people were held accountable. But before we pick a side, let's ask a simple question. Are federal employees actually slacking off? Or is there a real problem higher up? Now, I get the argument. Some people reckon the government is bloated, full of overpaid slackers collecting a wage for doing sod all. And yeah, there have been high-profile cases of inefficiency, but let's be real, most federal employees are actually overworked, not underworked. You've got people in security, emergency services, and essential admin roles who barely get time to breathe, let alone check their emails at the weekend. And here's where it gets murky. Some of them literally can't disclose what they're working on because, shocker, it's classified. So was Musk's email just a naive attempt at a productivity check, or was it designed to make a statement? And if these people are so buried in work, why isn't management stepping in? So this is where things get interesting. A lot of these government jobs are limited by grade bands, same as in the UK civil service. That means you can work your arse off, but if you're stuck in a certain band, you're not getting a meaningful raise unless you jump through a ridiculous number of hoops. Meanwhile, private contractors working alongside them, yeah, they're coning it in. But the bigger issue isn't the workers themselves, it's the managers and the bureaucrats sitting above them, the people who are supposed to be making sure productivity is high, but instead just push papers around and collect fat paychecks, the ones who design convoluted processes that waste time rather than streamline work. And funnily enough, those people didn't seem too worried about Musk's email, did they? Let's look at how this has played out. On social media, people have pointed out that accountability in government is long overdue, while others have raised concerns about how this kind of demand could be misused. The unions are already threatening lawsuits, arguing that Musk's directive has no legal basis. Meanwhile, some federal department heads have outright ignored the email, and President Trump has thrown in his usual mix of support and ambiguity, saying workers would be sort of fired, or not really fired, if they didn't comply. So let's be honest, if you want to fix the problem, you don't start by harassing the workers who are trying to get through their week. You go after the people managing them. You look at the waste, the inefficiencies, the useless middle layers that exist just to make it seem like something is getting done, when it really isn't. Sound familiar? Yeah, because it's actually the same as the corporate world, just with more taxpayers' money involved. Now, was Musk completely wrong? Nah, not really. If you're being paid by taxpayers, you should be able to show what you're doing. But should it be some random billionaire demanding accountability instead of actual elected officials? No, that's ridiculous. So the real question we should be asking isn't whether government workers are lazy. It's why their management structures allow inefficiency to thrive. And trust me, nobody at the top wants to have that conversation. So what do you reckon? Are federal workers slacking off? Or is the real problem above them? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you like this breakdown, hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, and maybe check your emails. It might save your job.